Let's get into the heart of it. When surgeons talk about the exercise that truly outperforms walking after 75, they're not talking about something extreme. They're talking about movements that teach your body how to work together again. Strength, balance, and coordination in harmony. One of the first of these is something you can do right now, wherever you are: wall push-ups. Now, don't let the word push-up scare you. This isn't about getting on the floor or straining your shoulders. Wall push-ups are gentle, safe, and designed especially for seniors who want to keep their upper body strong without stressing their joints. Imagine simply standing arm's length from a wall, placing your palms flat against it, and leaning forward until your nose almost touches the surface before gently pushing back. It sounds simple, right? But what it does inside your body is remarkable. Surgeons have found that wall push-ups activate more than just your arms. They wake up your chest, shoulders, and the deep core muscles that keep you steady when you move. Those muscles are like the body's natural armor. They help you balance, prevent falls, and make everyday movements like pushing open doors or standing up from a chair easier. A study from the American College of Sports Medicine found that seniors who did wall push-ups 3 times a week increased their strength by more than 30% in just 2 months. 30%. That's the kind of progress most people think is impossible after 75, but it's absolutely possible. Think about it this way. Every time you perform this motion, you're training your body to handle gravity better. You're teaching your muscles to resist, stabilize, and support your frame. And because your body is at an upright angle, it's incredibly joint-friendly. No pressure on your wrists, shoulders, or lower back. The best part? You can do it at home, in less than 5 minutes a day, without needing any equipment. Take Margaret, for example. She's 72, and when she started, she could barely manage 5 wall push-ups without shaking. But she stuck with it. Within a few weeks, she noticed she could push herself up from her couch effortlessly, and even lift her groceries without that dull ache in her arms. Her story isn't too unique. Thousands of seniors experience this same awakening of strength once they start training the muscles walking leaves behind. And speaking of walking, let's talk about why relying on it alone can sometimes work against you. Walking is repetitive, the same motion over and over again. While it keeps your heart healthy, it doesn't challenge your body to adapt in new ways. Your muscles become efficient at doing just that one thing. But efficiency isn't the same as resilience. The goal at this stage of life isn't it just to keep moving. It is to move with confidence, stability, and strength. That's why the next surgeon-approved movement is the chair squat. It might sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful exercises for people over 60. Why? Because it mimics a movement you already do dozens of times a day, sitting and standing. Every time you get up from a chair, you're performing a miniature squat. But most people do it without engaging their muscles properly. Here's how to change that. Sit near the edge of a sturdy chair with your feet flat and your toes slightly turned out. Cross your arms across your chest to keep balance. Then, instead of pushing up quickly, stand slowly, pressing your heels into the ground and keeping your chest lifted. Once you're standing tall, lower yourself back down slowly, counting to 4. That slow descent is where the magic happens. It strengthens your thighs, glutes, and lower back all at once while teaching your brain better control. Studies from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity show that seniors who practice this movement regularly reduce their risk of mobility problems by more than 1/3. It's not just about leg power. It's about balance and independence. When your leg and core muscles stay strong, you're less likely to rely on your arms or furniture for support, and you regain that quiet confidence that says, "I've got this." Let's make it real for a moment. Imagine Robert, 71, who used to struggle getting up from his recliner. It frustrated him because he used to be active, hiking, gardening, chasing his grandkids. But when getting up became hard, he started avoiding those things. Once he added slow, controlled chair squats into his morning routine, everything began to change. Within 2 months, he could get up easily, walk up steps without holding the railing, and even carry his granddaughter without strain. His posture improved, his energy came back, And most importantly, his confidence returned. These are the small victories that matter most. It's not about lifting heavy weights or doing fancy workouts. It's about rebuilding the foundation, the everyday strength that supports everything else. And here is what is truly exciting. These surgeon-approved exercises don't just make your muscles stronger. They improve your circulation too. Every time you push or squat, your muscles act like pumps, helping blood flow more efficiently through your legs and back toward your heart. Better circulation means more oxygen reaching your brain and tissues, reducing fatigue, and even improving memory and focus. But there's one more layer to this that surgeons are emphasizing more than ever: balance. Because what good is strength if you can't stay steady on your feet? That's why the next part of this training focuses on simple balance exercises that reprogram your nervous system and help prevent falls before they happen. Picture this. You're standing near your kitchen counter. You lift one foot just an inch off the ground and hold for a few seconds. It seems easy, right? But this small action wakes up the stabilizing muscles in your ankles, hips, and core that keep you upright. With practice, you'll be able to hold that position longer. Even close your eyes, or gently move your head side to side without wobbling. Every small improvement here translates into real-world safety: fewer trips, fewer stumbles, and more confidence walking on uneven ground. Surgeons call this proprioceptive training, a fancy word for teaching your body where it is in space. And when you combine that with strength movements like the wall push-up and chair squat, something incredible happens. Your body starts to feel younger. You regain that natural coordination you had years ago. The stiffness softens, your steps feel lighter, and everyday movements become smoother. And the best part? It's not too late. The human body is astonishingly adaptable. Even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, your muscles can grow, your bones can strengthen, and your brain can form new neural connections. It's not a miracle, it's science. You just have to give your body the right signals and it will respond beautifully. Have you ever been told that walking is the best exercise you can do after 60? For decades, that's what every doctor, magazine, and health commercial repeated. Just walk 30 minutes a day, they said. And it sounds perfect, doesn't it? Simple, free, and good for the heart. But here's the surprising truth surgeons are uncovering. Walking alone might not be enough to keep your body strong after 75. In fact, relying on it too much could actually be doing more harm than good. Today, we were sharing what surgeons are discovering about one specific exercise that's outperforming walking for seniors. The one movement that not only protects your joints, but also rebuilds your strength, stability, and confidence with every single session. And don't worry, it doesn't require a gym, fancy shoes, or expensive equipment. You can start doing it right in your living room. Now, before we get into the exercise itself, let's take a moment to think about something important. Have you noticed how even people who walk every day, those who get their 10,000 steps and follow every rule, still struggle with knee pain, stiffness, or loss of balance as they age? Surgeons around the world have seen this pattern for years. They open up joints and see the same story inside: worn-out cartilage, weak stabilizing muscles, and inflammation that walking alone just can't fix. That's because walking, while wonderful for your heart and circulation, mainly works your lower legs, the calves and thighs. But it does very little for your upper body, your balance system, or your posture muscles. Over time, that imbalance can quietly lead to instability, back pain, and even falls. And for anyone over 75, that's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. The good news is that your body still has an incredible ability to rebuild and repair itself at any age. Science has proven it again and again. Your muscles respond to the right kind of challenge, your joints strengthen when supported properly, and your brain forms new connections when you practice mindful movement. That's where this surgeon-approved exercise comes in. You might be wondering, if walking isn't enough, then what should I do? The answer isn't complicated. In fact, it is a movement so gentle yet so powerful that hospitals in Japan and Europe use it to help seniors recover from surgery faster, often 40% faster than traditional therapy. It's not about running, jumping, or lifting heavy weights. It's about training your muscles to support your joints, improve circulation, and protect your spine all at once. Imagine this for a second. Waking up in the morning and standing up from your bed without stiffness, reaching up to grab something from a shelf without that pinch in your shoulder, or walking up a flight of stairs and realizing you're not out of breath, your knees don't ache, and you feel lighter. That's what the right kind of exercise can do. It gives you back that quiet strength that aging tries to take away. When surgeons began comparing different types of exercise in older adults, they noticed something fascinating. Those who practiced controlled resistance movements, things like gentle pushes, supported squats, and balance-based motions, had thicker muscle fibers, better joint alignment, and lower inflammation markers in their blood than those who just walked daily. Their bones were denser, their posture was straighter, and their fall risk dropped dramatically. Let's look at an example. A 74-year-old woman named Margaret started incorporating these surgeon-approved movements into her routine after struggling with chronic knee pain. She'd been walking every day faithfully for years, but her knees still hurt, and she started to lose her balance on uneven ground. Within just 6 weeks of switching to this new approach, she noticed she could squat down to pick something off the floor without wincing. Her pain reduced, and her confidence skyrocketed. What changed wasn't just her legs, it was the way her muscles supported her joints. You see, after 75, the real challenge isn't about how far you can walk. It is about how strong and stable your body feels while moving. Walking is linear. It goes one way, forward. But life doesn't. You turn, twist, reach, lift, and bend. Every one of those movements relies on muscles that walking barely touches. And that's exactly where this surgeon-approved exercise shines. Now here is the secret that orthopedic and vascular specialists talk about in medical journals, but the general public rarely hears. Balance, resistance, and controlled movement are the new pillars of longevity. They rebuild the body from the inside out. They reawaken muscle fibers that have been asleep for years, and teach your nervous system to react faster when you stumble or shift your weight. It's like upgrading your body's internal wiring. Think about it. When you're younger, your muscles automatically catch you if you trip. But as we age, those reflexes slow down, not because we're incapable, but because we stop training them. That is why many older adults who look perfectly healthy on the outside can still experience sudden falls. This exercise retrains that reflex, and it does it gently, without strain or impact. And here is another thing most people don't realize. Your upper body plays a huge role in how stable you feel when walking. The strength in your arms, shoulders, and back helps you balance, push yourself up from chairs, and even maintain good posture, which reduces pressure on your spine and knees. Walking doesn't engage those muscles enough, but the surgeon-approved exercise does. One orthopedic surgeon explained it perfectly. If you want to stay independent past 75, don't just move, strengthen with purpose. That's what we'll be exploring in this video. By the end, you'll understand exactly why this exercise outperforms walking, how it protects your joints, and how you can start safely, even if you haven't exercised in years. But before we move forward, I want you to think of something. How often do you challenge your body to move differently, to bend, twist, or balance? Most of us stick to the same patterns every day, and that's okay. Habits make us feel safe. But growth happens outside repetition. Even small changes like standing on one leg while brushing your teeth or practicing gentle wall push-ups can begin to rewire your body. This video isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter, moving in ways that make your body feel younger, stronger, and more alive. So as we begin this journey together, take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and know this. It's never too late to rebuild your strength, and it doesn't matter when you start. What matters is that you do, because what we're about to reveal next could completely change how you see exercise, mobility, and aging. Now that we've strengthened the upper body and trained the legs, it's time to bring it all together. Strength, stability, and control working as one. Because here's the truth. At this stage of life, real fitness isn't about lifting the heaviest weight or running the fastest mile. It's about moving with ease, balance, and confidence. That's where one of the most remarkable surgeon-approved movements comes in: resistance band rows. These simple pulling motions have been quietly changing lives in senior rehabilitation centers and homes across the world. You don't need a gym or heavy equipment. All you need is a small elastic band, a chair, or a door handle, and a few minutes of focus. When you pull that band toward your chest, you're not just working your arms. You are strengthening the postural muscles that keep your shoulders back and your spine aligned, muscles that walking does almost nothing for. These are the same muscles that prevent that forward hunch so many people develop with age, known as kyphosis. It's not just about appearance. That slouched posture can actually make breathing harder, digestion slower, and balance weaker. Surgeons often say posture is the hidden foundation of longevity. When you stand tall, your lungs expand more fully, your heart pumps more efficiently, and your body stays in alignment, taking pressure off your knees and hips. The resistance band row is one of the simplest and safest ways to rebuild that strength. Imagine sitting tall, holding the band and pulling your elbows back as if trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. It's a small, controlled motion. No jerking, no strain, but every repetition strengthens the muscles that hold your body upright. Within weeks, people notice they're standing taller, breathing easier, and even feeling more energetic. George, a 69-year-old retired accountant, once told his surgeon he felt like he was shrinking. His back curved, his breathing felt shallow, and his balance was off. His doctor introduced resistance band training, and in just 2 months, George regained 2 inches of height in his posture, reduced his back pain, and said he felt 10 years younger. That's the power of teaching your body to stand tall again. And when you combine posture work with strength and balance, something beautiful happens. Your movements become smoother, your reactions quicker, and your mind sharper. That S because your brain and body are deeply connected. And this next surgeon-approved exercise proves it beyond doubt. It's called Tai Chi, the gentle, flowing movement practice that's been used for centuries, but is now backed by modern science. Harvard Medical School calls Tai Chi medication in motion, and for good reason. Studies show that seniors who practice Tai Chi 3 times a week reduce their risk of falling by nearly 50%, outperforming every other form of exercise, including walking and strength training. What makes Tai Chi so special isn't just the physical movement. It is what it does for your nervous system. The slow, rhythmic shifts from one leg to another retrain your balance reflexes. The coordinated arm and leg motion strengthen both sides of your body equally, improving symmetry and stability. And the mindful breathing lowers stress hormones, easing tension throughout your muscles and joints. It's like giving your entire body and mind a tune-up, quietly, gently, and effectively. Barbara, 77, discovered Tai Chi after suffering 2 falls in 1 year. She started with 10-minute sessions in her backyard, moving slowly and focusing on her breath. Within months, her balance improved dramatically, and she hasn't had a single fall since. She often says, "Tai Chi gave me my confidence back." And that confidence, that inner calm that comes from knowing your body can handle itself, is priceless. Tiggy also rewires the brain. Brain scans show that regular practice increases gray matter in areas responsible for coordination, memory, and focus. It's not just good for the body, it's nourishment for the mind. And that's exactly what modern aging is about, keeping both strong, connected, and alive. So what do all these exercises have in common? They're not about exhaustion, they're about empowerment. They're not about pushing harder, they're about moving smarter. They're about building a body that supports you, not one that limits you. When you start incorporating these movements, wall push-ups, chair squats, balance holds, resistance band rows, and gentle Tai Chi, something shifts. You stop exercising to survive and start moving to thrive. And here's the best part. You don't have to do them all at once. Even choosing one to start with can begin to change how your body feels. Do a few wall push-ups while waiting for the kettle to boil. Practice standing on one leg for 10 seconds while brushing your teeth. Try a few slow squats before sitting down to watch your favorite show. Every small moment of movement adds up. Your body is listening to everything you do. Every step, every stretch, every breath. And when you give it the right signals, it responds with gratitude. Stronger muscles, better balance, sharper focus, a lighter heart. It's never too late to begin, and it's never too early to protect your future self. So, if you're watching this and thinking, maybe I should start tomorrow, let me tell you something. Start today. Start small. Start slow. But start. Because the sooner you begin, the sooner your body begins to rebuild itself from the inside out. Every day you choose to move with purpose is a day you're investing in your freedom, your independence, and your peace of mind. These surgeon-approved exercises aren't just about fitness. They're about living a life you love. One where you can stand tall, move confidently, and enjoy every moment with the people you care about most. And if this message resonated with you, if it gave you even a spark of motivation to take that first step, then take a moment right now. Hit that like button to support our Golden Life community, and share this video with someone who might need a little encouragement today. We read every comment because your stories inspire others. Tell us how you're starting your journey. One movement, one breath, one day at a time. Remember this, your age doesn't define your strength. Your effort does. The body you have today is capable of incredible change, no matter what anyone says. You are not too old, not too late, and not too far gone to feel strong again. From everyone here at Golden Life, keep moving, keep smiling, and keep believing in your ability to grow stronger every single day. Your best years aren't behind you. They're still unfolding, one powerful step at a time.